If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of What Are They Cooking, a series where I feature viewer replays on the channel. If you would like to have your replay featured, just go to the Discord link in the description, Edison Format Replays channel, post it there, post your deck list as well if you are willing to do so, and I will take a look at it. Now, here we have an interesting one because it's another match against Ronok, one of the best Edison players out there, the definitive Frog GOAT, definitely the best Frog player of all time, for sure. I think we've had replays against him before on this very segment, so it looks like he's playing the same field spell Frog list that he's been on for a while. Here on this side, the player whose replay we're actually viewing here is playing Magical Merchant Christiasworn. So Magical Merchant's a card that gets played in a lot of weird meme capacities, at least in like later after old school, like really old school era formats. So in like Edison and Tengu and whatnot, people play a bunch of strange merchant mill piles, although this does not look to be like a full-on Monster Mash deck, where I've played against like versions of this where the goal is just like mill everything with merchant and then set up Christia automatically, essentially, with like some combination of Beckoning Light or Monster Reincarnation or Avers or whatever. But this looks more like a kind of standard Christiasworn list that's just playing merchant. Now the spell trap lineup is pretty low. It should just be like charge, recharge, and then beckoning, and I assume, hopefully, they're not playing Gold Zark, because you really don't want to hit that off Merchant. The payoff's not fantastic. So it looks like Christia's just going to get immediately live there with the Card Trooper, and they're going to drop it, and Ronok's going to scoop, which I guess he didn't have a Tribute Monster in his hand, so that was basically game. Yeah, rough one. Rough one for a Frog deck to just get Christio'd immediately on turn 2 like that. Pretty hard to come back from. We see Ronok playing Upstart Goblin. This is interesting. I've seen a couple people playing Upstart Goblin and Frogs. It does boost your consistency, especially post Substitoad, because there's like so much less in your deck. The like effect of Upstart just becomes really disproportionate, essentially. So it's pretty cool in that respect. We're going to start off here with a Solar Recharge, mill a Wolf. So they're actually playing Wolf in here. I guess it makes sense if we're playing Merchant. We need more payoffs to the milling, so Wolf kind of helps with that. We're going to see Ronok Tribute Summon a Prime Material Dragon, of course, assuming that the set monster is either a Raikou or a Hamster. So Prime Mat will help deal with that, and we're going to use Raikou on the Prime Mat just to make them spend a card from their hand, but actually we try to Orange Light the Prime Material Dragon, which obviously they can just negate it again. So a little bit of a misplay there. We're gonna have to go like Aaron set 2, yeah, and then mill 3. Now this Beckoning will potentially, maybe, possibly go hard. If we can get, oh no, they Tribute Summon the Hino Kagetsuchi. I didn't even know Ronok was on this thing. But yeah, this card's really cool. It's like a reverse Yamada Dragon, or an offensive Yamada Dragon, where instead of drawing 5, it rips your opponent's whole hand, just all of it. I don't know why it's worded like this, but why does this thing discard it at the start of their draw phase, but before they draw? Why doesn't it just discard it all immediately? It's such a weird time to make them discard their entire hand, because, I mean, it actually is good that it works that way, because if your opponent like Sangan searches something, or like somehow gets something to the hand at the end phase of the turn or whatever, I don't know. There's like cards, there's ways, but Hino Kagetsuchi will still rip that. Now the whole hand's gonna get ripped, but we just get to draw one anyway. So now we Beckoning for what? Is Christia live? 1, 2, 3. Christia's not live. JD is live though, right? So we just summon JD and then hit over the Primat, but it gets, wait. What did they crow? Oh, they crowed the 4th name. Okay. That was weird, because like obviously you can't crow the Beckoning there because it targets. You have to do it immediately in response to the Beckoning. But yeah, they just crow the 4th name, so the JD's dead, and then it just gets immediately ripped by the Hino Kagetsuchi. But we top deck Christia, and with the Christia in our grave, we actually have 4. So the Christia is just immediately live, and we summon it, and we add back Honest. Oh man, that's so rough. That's so rough. Terraforming, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Wait, you could get Mausoleum, but then the Honest will just like keep their thing alive, and yeah, that's gonna be it. All right. Well, Christiasworn Merchant something pile beats frogs. This is just like a super pre matchup, to be fair to Roanoke. Like Christia Sworn, sort of very, very, very bad matchup for frogs. One of the worst up there with like Dragon Turbo. Just the things you actually absolutely do not want to run into. So bit of a rough one, but yeah, that was that one. This replay actually has a problem with it, but I decided to feature it anyway because the deck was just so cool. So yeah, I mean, we're just out here playing 60 card Norlaris WELLEDAD Vayu something. I think Infernity is in there too. Actually, so I mean, how was I not going to show this exactly? This is just pure gold. It actually kind of reminds me of, I think the very first episode of 60 card pile I did was like 60 card Vayu WELLEDAD or something, and this is just like taking it to the next level by Norlarisifying it with Fan of Chaos and Dark Creator and Norlaris and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Opponent just seems to be playing like basic bitch Vayu Turbo. They're doing the standard Greffer play, hitting into a Krebons. We pay 16, we're fine. We draw into Trade In, which is nice. I think we draw into Phantom here. No, we draw into Infernity Archfiend. There are also zombies in here. Okay, nice, lovely. Why not? Why wouldn't there be zombies? We're going to ram Tomato and use that to get Phantom, and then use Phantom to nuke the entire board. Wait, we had Plague down here. Oh, why didn't we just stack the Archfiend? Oh my god, no. Why didn't... I guess they wanted the Mizuki to be able to bring back the Plague later, but you could have done the Archfiend play, right? Right? Or does it miss timing? No, because drawing is the last thing to happen. Right? That's how that works. I don't even... Does Norlaris even make things miss timing? It reads like it should, but I'm not sure it actually does because it's Edison format and things never are as they appear. But yeah, this post-Norlaris game state sure is something lovely. We have Future Fusion for a Gaia. We make a Stardust, but then hit straight into a Gorz. Now we've drawn Return, though, in 60. So, our FDD should just be about to win us this game. I'm assuming Dark Armed is way dead at this point. We use Gaia, have the Gorz, bring out Plague, and then decide to Synchro. But that forces out the Solemn Judgment. Now we have a follow-up Return from the different dimension. Bring out everything. Make Mistworm attack for game. That's why you've got to play Mistworm in your extra deck. PSA, it will win you games. On to game number 2. We have a just like pretty terrible hand, honestly. All monsters. We do mill Norlaris, which means we're going to be getting up to stuff with the Phantom next turn. Opponent's got an Allure, however, and they're going to go in with Greffer, with Plague. They banish for the Vayu Synchro. We stack for Plague. We activate Brain Control. Oh, I see. This is just going to put them out of Norlaris range. So, yeah, they're not going to be able to Phantom wipe the field. I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything with this hand. They got double Dark Creator, Infernity Archfiend. They draw MST. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. On to the next one. All right. Let's see if we can do this. We have Teleport. We have... Wait, why are we playing Psychic Jumper? We're playing Psychic Jumper in this deck. Alright, opponent flips up the Raikou, but hits the Torrential Tribute. That's going to get chained, clearing the Raikou and the Hamster. Now we set the Psychic Jumper, which is presumably just going to get run over. We could bring it back with Well, I guess, and do some cool stuff. Opponent just hits straight into our Tomato. Tomato gets Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight sends Norlaris. Are we just going for this Norlaris play? For some reason, the opponent just preemptively crows before we've even summoned Phantom of Chaos. We're going to make Brionac and bounce the back row, so we must just be cooking at this point. Oh, we're just going to go for this? All right. Don't tell me Plague's down there. Okay, thank God it's not. All right, we're just gonna pray after Phantom that we draw Morphing Jar. We're just gonna rip everything and then add everything back. We draw Archfiend next turn. Completely tragic that we didn't draw that off the Phantom of Chaos, but what can you do? Opponent hits in. The Morphing Jar is gonna go off, and yeah, the Vayu player is actually in just a fine spot here. I mean, Dark Creator's live, which is insane, right? Dark Creator, just a powerful monster. We're going to bring out Armageddon Knight, send Norlaris. We're going to go for Phantom again. All right, we just gave everyone their hands back. Let's just Phantom again. I don't know why we didn't Allure. Were we afraid of drawing the other Mali or something? Just going to pass the turn here. Opponent goes for the Vayu Synchro, and whew, we are alive, but now we have Mali Plague play, I guess. Synchro 8. Question is, do we play Spined Gilman? We play 60 cards. Of course we play Spined Gilman. We make Magical Android. We hit over... We attack with Stardust, and we just forget to gain life, too. So there's actually 2 problems near the end of this game 3. We hit over, or we crash, opponent summons, they attack. We draw into call. We have call and dwell, so we call back Stardust. And then the opponent, here's the thing I was mainly talking about, which is that Gale has the defense too. So they just like didn't have the defense of their Stardust. So they switched the defense, and it should have just been a run over if the board state was being properly represented, but apparently neither one noticed. I don't know. But yeah, obviously Stardust should be at 1K defense because Gale does have both. But now we're just beaten in. We got Goyo. Stardust gonna negate the Raikou. Goyo gets in. Did they just forget to bring back Stardust? I mean, that's just a throw. That's not a cheating moment. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to bring back Stardust, I guess, if you forget. This was not made off of road or anything. They just summoned this legit, and then they called it back, so it's definitely revivable. They just, like, forgot to revive it. Anyway, we bring out the Gaia off of the Future Fusion. The Gaia is going to have the Sirocco, and apparently this is just game. We also have Heavy Storm, so this is just, like, super giga double game. I don't know. Yeah. Next up, we've got Morphtronics, which is a deck I don't really think I've showcased too much on this segment before. If I have, I guess I apologize, but I don't think I have. So yeah, this deck's kind of all about Self-On, right? This looks like a weird build, actually. We're playing Vidion. We're playing, like, Double Tool. We're playing a more equip spell-oriented version, I guess. We're going to see the opponent summon an Alias, and they hit into the Self-On, unaware that that Boombox will just negate the attack. Wow. I mean, this is pretty lucky that we hit this off of a 1. So yeah, the attack is not going to go through. Future Fusion is going to be activated. We're going to see 2 back row being set, and we're going to go for it again with the Morphtronic Self-On, so not going to get sparked or anything. We hit 4, so we can summon Scopin. Scopin can special out either one of the level 4, or we could just not. We could also just, we summon in defense, so we can make it level 4, so we can make Stardust. Alright, I can see that. We're going to summon Remotin. Remotin's going to search another Scopin. Now we activate Mind Control. Not going to see a Gemini Spark get changed. I mean, there is a Stardust on the board. We're going to synchro for Power Tool Dragon, equip Double Tool, go straight to battle phase without using Power Tool effect. There might not be enough equip spells, I guess, since we've drawn 2 of them. Yeah, Power Tool eats the Deep Prison, so if we did have enough equip spells in deck, we definitely misplayed by not using it. Opponent's going to go for Warrior Lady. That just hits right over the Self-On, and it also trades with the Stardust, which is very good. Although we are going to see Scopin Special Out Slingin tribute the Scopin to pop the Warrior Lady, and now attack directly with both of these. But I think we kind of needed to clear that Future Fusion, because now the Absolute Zero comes down, and that's going to trade with the entire board there. We're going to have a set. Opponent's on Treeborn Frog, so maybe they're not playing just, like, straight Diva or Diva Hero Beat. Maybe they're playing, well, we haven't even seen Diva yet. This might just be, I'm going to assume it's a normal Hero Beat build, but why are they playing? Oh, this is Crystal Seer. I just, like, assumed because of the stats it's Treeborn Frog. That was highly dumb, but yeah, so this is the Crystal Seer build, so playing this little flip dude instead of playing Deep Sea Diva. Yeah, we've seen that. Oh, it's Big James. Oh, no wonder. I didn't even process that this was Big James. He's played like 300 or 400 games with this Crystal Seer Diva Hero, or not Diva Hero, Hero Beat. Hero Beat without Diva, Hero Beat with Crystal Seer instead of Diva with his build. And we're going to go in directly with the Boombox, and that gets Typhooned. I don't even know. I can't process how a person could actually like mentally withstand that many games of Hero Beat, but apparently Big James is just built differently, and he's also getting like memed down by Morphtronics. He's on 400 life. That's okay, though. We got an Ab-Zero Brain Control top deck. Of course. Of course. Why not? Why not? That's actually the only thing. That's the only thing we lost to there. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Oh my god. You could put, like, I swear, put Brain Control in any deck and it will win at least sometimes. So we're going to go for Power Tool here. Eats a Bottomless. We search for just 3 Double Tools. So what are we on? We're on like 3 Double Tools and then 2 United We Stands or something. I'm not exactly sure. They summon a Alias. It gets Bottomless. Interesting. Not going to see a Spark get chained at Chark. So we're going to have a Remotin search. Did you just search another Boombox and then we can Brain? Okay, this lets us synchro. We can make a Power Tool. We're not prio searching. Do we only play 4 equip spells? Oh, is United We Stand limited? I thought it might be a 2. I swear it's at 2. It's not at 1, right? Are they just playing like randomly 1 United We Stand? 1 for 1 going to be used. Okay, we get into self-on. We do our self-on thing, of course, very important. We hit a 4. A 4 is not bad. We're going to hit that Radion. That's going to boost everything by 800. We also have 2 double tools. These have to be equipped to a level 4 or higher Morphtronic, though. Got to keep that in mind. So we can't equip any of them on self-on. We're going to try to hit over this with Radion. That's actually going to work because the alias is banished right now by the bottomless trap hole. So the set Hero Blast is just a dead card. Opponent's going to top deck. Did they top deck that Miracle Fusion? I'm not sure. They're going to be using Miracle Fusion, though. Going to out the self-on. We can get rid of this with double tool, though. We're going to actually search another self-on here. We should probably just Black Rose, right? Yeah, okay. That's nice. That's pretty good. Heavy Storm going to be used. We're just going to poke with Honest, though, and bounce the Honest back. That seemed like a little bit of a weird Heavy Storm usage there. And maybe, I don't know what Big James's hand looks like. In fact, why am I playing with hands hidden here? Yeah, we should have just been looking at Big James's hand the entire time. But I didn't do that in the last match, did I? I don't think I did. I think we were looking at both hands last match, so I guess game 1 of this match, we maybe didn't see Big James's hand the entire time. I apologize for that. Whoa, they're playing Morphtronic Force Field. That's really cool. I mean, it's not good, but it's cool. We're also playing Morphtronic Bind, which is a bit better, I guess. We're going to see Upstart Goblin used. I guess Force Field could come up. Hypothetically, let's say they just like Spark or Blast. You could just Force Field that, and then Force Field also like adds 1. So it's just like a plus, I guess, if it goes off. We're going to see Super Poly getting used, though. That's going to turn off the Morphtronic Bind and just make a Gaia. We got to find a monster here. We don't have any outs to this Elemental Hero Gaia. We draw Trap Dust Shoot. Oh my god, that's so not good. Come on, you need to draw a monster here. Brain Control. We're going to Mind Con the set. Okay, it's Crystal Seer. We get to use it. We add Self-On. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. We just need to get Morphtronics on the board. And we hit another one. Okay, it's time. Nothing in the graveyard, so we can't use Remote. No, wait, there is. Why did we get Scoping then? Why didn't we just... I guess we wanted the Synchro with their Seer? I don't know. I should have just gotten Remote and added another one. But the opponent can't attack because Morphtronic Bind is still on the field. So we could just like keep self-awning, just keep summoning stuff. We hit a Boomboxin, we summon it. We could try to hit over this Gaia if we wanted. Looks like that's what we're going to opt to do, but we get Deprisoned. Unfortunate. Opponent goes for Rhoda into Stratos. Stratos is going to back row removal, kill the Morphtronic Bind. It eats a Bottomless, but yeah, they didn't Bottomless at the right time there, so the opponent's going to ask them to put that back. We go for Self-On, and Self-On is going to not hit the other Self-On, going to opt to hit the Slingin instead. Now we use Slingin, tributing the Self-On, pop the back row, activate Brain Control, which we have drawn a lot, make Power Tool Dragon, Prio, get some stuff to the hand here, Double Tool, going to Double Tool on the Power Tool so it has the protection, swing in with the Slingin, and we are swinging with the Slingin. Opponent does not have access to Alias, so the Hero Blast is dead, the Spark is dead, and the Honest are dead right now. And presumably we just keep going. We're just off to the races, continue to cook with Morphtronics. We summon Remote and get a plus, Slingin, pop a back row, get another plus. We're up infinity cards, and we activate Limiter Removal, making the Power Tool 66 and the Slingin 24, and that's just going to be enough to go for game. We got Fish versus Dark Gaia. I've been assured that some cool stuff happens in this Fish replay, although it is the second time I believe I've featured it. This is like the field spell frog deck kind of combined with Fish, I guess. So you can see we're just going to use Mausoleum with Coelacanth, just casually on our first turn, I'm pretty sure. So that goes for AFD. Oh, that's really cool. You can use AFD in this deck, and we can add a Black Garden. And Black Garden can also revive Oystermeister, I guess. But I assume primarily it gives us guaranteed access to the Colossal Arm thing, because we can just give them some Black Garden tokens, which they should have 3 of by now. But actually, it looks like we're just going to We're just going to use it so we can Colossal Arm. Okay. Not going to do any reviving things shenanigans. I mean, yeah, obviously, I think we should just go for game. But I assume there's something cool that you can ever do with the revival effect, but it's primarily got to be there just so you can always Colossal Armory, I assume. So we're going to hit him with Swap and just get our graveyard set up. We can... Okay, it looks like we're on multiple gardens. That's pretty interesting. I don't know why you would feel the need to play more than one. Maybe there's no Gear Town stuff in here. But I kind of feel like there should be. I don't know, especially since you're also playing Lad. Like, you could just play, like, Gadgetrons with Trade-In. Although, maybe you just shouldn't play Lad. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about the Lad. Maybe the Lad's a side deck card, though. Something we should probably consider. I feel like if I built this deck, it would just... Yeah, they are on Gear Town. If I built this, it would just be triple Gear Town, Mausoleum, Garden. I think that is the definitive 5 field spells if you're going to play some kind of field spell turbo thing. That's how I always did it in KFC, anyway. So, opponent's going for Typhoon. Just kill the Garden so they can do nothing. Actually, though, like, why are we even killing the Garden? It just makes it easier for them to play the game. Yeah, I mean, this is extremely Jover. All right, well, that's field spell, frog, fish. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.